Hello, welcome folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by the ACHARA KIRK.
Hi there.
And we are going to look at ENOLA HOLMES. You see, it's going to be quite fun. Oh, was I looking at the lens?
I don't know.
I hope I was. Okay, here we go.
Now, where to begin? My mother named me ENOLA, which backwards spells alone. And yet, we were always together.
Oh, nice.
And it was wonderful.
Tim Burton's
My
wife.
whole world. Which leads me on to the second thing you need to know. A week ago, I awoke, Mother, to find that my mother was missing, and she did not return. I'm presently on the way to collect my brothers, Mycroft and Sherlock.
Ooh.
Yes, Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective, my genius brother. He will have all the answers.
ENOLA. Where's your hat and your gloves?
Well, I have a hat, just makes the head itch, and I have no gloves.
My God. A wild woman brought up a wild child. Who'll make her acceptable for society? She seems intelligent.
There are two paths you can take, ENOLA. Yours, or the path others choose for you.
It is time to find my mother. The game.
Looks like Tesla.
If I have to stay hidden from my brothers, I must become something unexpected. A lady.
Hey.
You progressed nicely.
Is she safe?
She's our company.
I'm Viscount Tewkesbury.
A useless boy.
You have to help me. I'm not ready to die in a train.
I'm not ready to die at all, and I wasn't going to before I met you.
Uh-oh.
What are you planning, Mother?
She always had a reason for everything. Her own way of doing things. Perhaps she wants to change the world.
Perhaps it's a world that needs changing. Unlike most well-bred ladies, I was never taught to embroider. I was taught to watch and listen. I was taught to fight. I'm going to find you, Mother.
You don't know how to embroider.
That actually looks cool.
That was really, really fun.
Yeah,
I'm digging that.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say something about Henry Cavill real quick.
Okay.
I met Henry Cavill, we both did at the same time. Very, very nice guy. But full disclosure, like I haven't liked a lot of his acting. Right? I just watched him in The Witcher and I'm like, oh my lord. It wasn't until the last episode where I started to like his acting.
Right.
You know, I've always had issues with what he's doing, but in the last episode of The Witcher, I'm like, that's acting, good. Like, that's good. And for whatever reason here, as soon as he came on the screen, I was like, okay, this is working for me. For some reason, he fits this role really, really well, and maybe it's his natural accent, his natural voice, because he's English.
Yeah.
Right?
And it doesn't feel like he's trying to put on anything too much.
Exactly.
You know, like in The Witcher, I liked him in The Witcher. I thought he was great in The Witcher, but it's definitely a character.
Right.
You know?
And also for Millie Bobby Brown, this is her natural accent as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Or at least closer to it.
Yes.
You know.
I think she is English.
Right,
So,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I like the vibe of this overall. I think that this is actually harkens back to the kind of movies I grew up with, like Blank Check. You know, like you had these movies that were for kids, that were like kids going on an adventure of some kind and sort of finding their own grown-up life, finding their way into maturity. What do you call it? Coming of age.
Yes.
So just, you know, like that. This is the kind of stuff I grew up with, and so it like really speaks to me, even though it's about a girl. And that's another aspect of it that I guess I can appreciate is that it's a girl going on an adventure. So you know, we're in the throes of that era of, you know, girls who are not girly, like, you know, that Dove commercial, throw like a girl, or not throw like a girl, run like a girl. If you guys have seen that. Like, I'm not into those Dove ads, just so you know. But like, we're in the throes of that era, and I think this speaks to that without being too what's the word I'm looking for?
Like social justice warrior-y?
It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like it's pandering too much.
Right.
And I like that about it. It just feels like it's trying to tell a good story, and it's got a good cast as far as I can tell. I don't know who the guy who looks
Sam Claflin?
Okay, that's who it is?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him.
He was in The Hunger Games. You probably recognize him from that.
Okay.
I think he was in The Hunger Games, but I really like him. I like the cast a lot. I mean, Helena Bonham Carter, I love.
Right.
I'm really excited by this. Like, it just looks like a lot of fun, and I think Millie Bobby Brown is doing a great job as that kind of spunky teenager who, you know, like, especially for back in those days, women were supposed to be a certain way, and then here she is, and she's like, no, you know, I've been taught to go my own path, and it's still really relevant now. You know, I like it.
They got the martial arts in there, which I thought was interesting. I kind of wish that it was an Asian sensei in the martial arts school, but it's all good. I mean, having people of color is just always nice in general. So you had a black instructor, that was cool. Gotta appreciate that. It would have been nice if there was more people of color, but it's all good. Just because I know in England there's lots of people of color, and it's just like in the films they're just not properly ever represented. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a smaller thing for me. But the other thing that I don't know about until I watch the movie, but like immediately I'm like, oh, I don't know about that, is the fourth wall breaking.
Yeah, I was a little bit like, oh, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking going on here, but I think it's okay. If that's like a device that they're using and then they're just using it straight from the top, I think I can be okay with that.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe, we'll see. I mean, it's one of those things, like until I watch it, I won't know for sure. It's just that my immediate reaction, my immediate response to it is, oh, I don't know about that. And I've never been a huge fan of breaking the fourth wall. Even when they did it in Goodfellas, like the one time they did it, I mean, that obviously that goes against what you're saying, where it's consistently being used throughout like a device. In Goodfellas, there's a scene where Ray Liotta talks to camera directly in the court scene. I'm like, I don't like that for some reason. I've never been a fan of breaking the fourth wall. Even in theater, I don't like it. It's just not, I'm not a fan of that device.
Right, yeah, but I feel like that's a device that's used a lot in teen movies. Like, you just look at 13 Reasons Why.
I never saw that. But go ahead, tell me.
You've never seen 13 Reasons Why?
I haven't, go ahead. I'm listening.
You're such a liar.
I haven't seen it.
13 Reasons Why.
I haven't seen it.
You're lying right now. Oh my God. Well, they used it in 13 Reasons Why, okay?
I have not seen 13 Reasons Why.
You're lying. I don't even need to be sure. Like,
I'm not lying.
There's video evidence on this channel that you watched it unless you took that video down.
Oh, I was thinking of something else. No, I thought I was thinking of I thought you 10 Reasons I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You?
I thought that's what you were talking about. Yes, I've watched 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, and they do that a lot. They, you know, well, I guess they don't speak directly to camera, but like the character is speaking.
That's not breaking the fourth wall.
Okay, never mind.
I don't think you know what breaking the fourth wall is.
I was just trying to think of an example, okay? But I feel like this happens a lot in teen movies, you know?
The overall look of it is pretty nice, and I think it works for this particular film. It's got that sort of, what's that film? What's the name of the actress who played Mary Jane in the first Spider-Man with Sam Raimi?
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst did a movie where she plays the girl, Give Them Cake.
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette, yeah, that movie.
Yes.
That sort of vibe. Ever since that movie, even though that...
Oh yeah, so that it was kind of like a period film, but it had that kind of like modern appeal. Like even the choice of the song, I think it's by Hole. I don't know, I think it's a cover of a song by Hole, but it kind of has that like spunky girl teen spirit situation.
But you see the vibe I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Even though that film, I don't know if that film did phenomenal, but that sort of has carried throughout little places here and there.
Yeah.
And I think that it's definitely here. And the color of it, the look of it, okay, when I watched The Witcher, we watched it on a theater screen at the Egyptian Theater, and I didn't like the look of it. It felt like I was watching TV versus when I'm watching Game of Thrones, before the end of the last season. Like, it felt like I was watching film.
Right.
And I was hoping Witcher would do that, and it didn't. And I don't know if that's like a Netflix thing, because Netflix has other stuff where it looks like film. This has a very bright look, and it works really, really well for the tone of what they're going for.
Yes.
So I think that all around, this is a really nice package, and it should do really, really well with both, you know, teens and adults.
Yes.
Or kids and adults, I should say.
I mean, I'm already like, when this comes out, I would watch this. This looks like a fun evening.
Right, it's a good twist on the whole thing that
we're familiar with.
Yeah, exactly.
And it seems like Sherlock Holmes is one of those things that every few years, a new Sherlock Holmes comes out, a new iteration, a new twist, it's nice.
Now what I want Netflix to do is the Sherlock Holmes extended universe. With
Okay.
all of them coming together.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., Doctor Strange, Superman, all of them in the same room. Let's do it. And then Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
You know. All right, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Y'all have been great. Check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please, that'd be awesome. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. By the way, I'm on Instagram.